Good morning. I'm Hari Kiran and I am the founder of Indic Academy. We are seeking to build a global renaissance of Indic civilizational thought. We are pursuing a multidimensional strategy of preserving, protecting, and promoting across intellectual, cultural, and spiritual dimensions of our thought. We also have a perspective, a three horizon perspective of near term, medium term, and long term. We are trying to do this by building centers of excellence, transforming the individuals, and building a ecosystem. We currently have three centers of excellence: Inter Gurukula University Center, Center for Soft Power, and Center for Indigenous Sustainability. We are seeking to transform intellectuals through our selfless self framework, and we give grants, we publish books, we conduct courses, we organize events, we organize research, we collaborate with other institutions, we create networks. So, all these are different dimensions of the strategy that we are trying to pursue. We also have platforms which are headed by different individuals who are passionate about that specific domain. We have a book club platform, we have a commentary platform, we have a soft power magazine platform, we have a spiritual platform, we have a yoga platform, we have a documentary pictures platform, we have several platforms. One platform that is of interest for today's discussion is a platform for children. This is iGen Plus. We are a joint venture partner with Soumya Agarwal. She is the CEO. An initiative incubated by Indic Academy. And iGen Plus is a K-12 school for culture and creativity. So we are focused on the K-12 segment and we are focused on culture and creativity. We make interventions outside of the curriculum and classroom. So therefore, we are not in the mainstream in the school itself, but outside the curriculum and the classroom. We are seeking to transform them into global leaders as well as make them rooted. Our belief is that the Indic civilizational thought, it is possible for children to be culturally rooted while simultaneously being free to pursue their passion. They are not contradictory and they complement each other. We call this rooted and free. We have broadly two offerings: a Yogi Plus offering and a Leadership Plus offering. And our offerings are courses, contests, events, and experiences. These are the broad categories of our offerings. Over the last 1.5 years, across these four offerings, for ways in which we serve the children, we have conducted several programs. We've conducted more than 9 online courses, workshops, two phenomenally successful festivals, several contests. So we have made, in a short span of time, we have made our strategy, our intent, our focus, established ourselves as an important player in this space. Today, I am actually reaching out to you Um, Seeking advice, seeking suggestions, seeking inputs. This is a preliminary message. Eventually, we would like over the next few months to conduct a series of invite various scholars, academics, various people involved in children's education to engage with them and to devise a idea, devise a framework, devise a plan such that we can make a larger impact. Remember that it will take some time in the current situation that we are in for our education system to be revamped to make it culturally in tune with our civilizational past. So it would take some time. And to expect anything from the government to make these interventions it is not really wise to do so. They have their own challenges. There are a lot of lobbies against this. So it would be very difficult for them to actually make these changes. So it is the onus is on us. The responsibility is on us that if we want this generation not to be deracinated and if we want to decolonize their thinking, then the responsibility is on us to make these interventions outside their curriculum and outside their classroom. So, how do we achieve scale and how do we make this difference such that our children are culturally rooted? This is the challenge that we need to think about and ponder about. There are several models that have come about over the last few decades, but each of them are in certain pockets. So, for example, we have, say, in Boston, we have Shishu Bharati as a very good example, where more than 850 NRI children every weekend they go to the schools and learn languages and culture. It's a very, very a beautiful model. Like that, in the United States, we have Manabadi, which is the children learn Telugu, and there are several such models which are pockets of excellence in a particular temple, particular town, particular city. Then we have Chinmaya Mission, which is done very well in creating this kind of Sunday school kind of curriculum. But how do we think about it that there is some kind of standardization, some kind of a curriculum that is prepared and teachers that are trained, that this model is replicated across the world in a sort of a cookie cutter fashion. So first thing is, what is the curriculum? That's something which we need to constantly think about. And then the delivery. So now with the post COVID, we have even the children are also moved to an online environment. So we have a lot of apps that are very successful. We have seen Baiju app, which has almost 60 million downloads. So we have several examples of children also using apps. So now technology online is one model. Sunday school is one model. Third model is something like tutor model. That is there's a tuition and there's a teaching that goes on. We have seen a lot of classical music and other arts being taught like that. So the teacher is at home and the students and they have a private session, but is facilitated by a platform. So that's one model. So one is a physical model, that is in you go to a school on a Sunday, you send your children to the school on Sunday or a Saturday for a couple of hours, for 3 hours, to learn about our culture, about our culture. Or it could be an online model, or it could be a tuition to the students model. or it could be a combination of any of these. So basically, delivery, that's something which we need to think about. More importantly, we need to go back and see the curriculum. What are we going to teach when we say we want to teach our children culture, our culture? And of course, there are several people that have, for example, Swami Pramananda of Arsha Vidya lineage, Puja Swami Dayananda Saraswati lineage. She has made some phenomenal books about how to teach children all that's there in our scriptures. So where are the gaps? Where are the gaps? The typical gaps we know that obviously history that we are taught is nowhere. We are not taught our civilizational history. So history is a big gap. That's one thing that we need to address. Um, Things like chanting, Indic knowledge systems, ancient mathematics, astronomy, Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, you know, memory skills. So they're moral values, Panchatatra's tales, Itihasa tales, and Puranas. So there are several things that we can slokas. So there's several things that we can think about in a very structured, systematic way, and also impart how do they become leaders. In terms of communication skills, writing skills, presentation skills, design skills, contemporary arts, photography, user interface, UX, UI, graphic design, animation, problem solving, all the contemporary disciplines. So, if you actually start thinking about it, there are several interventions. We've already done several courses on our platform also, but the idea is that we need to convert them into online courses, or into some kind of pedagogical framework. We need to do that. So what we have to think about, if we want to make a difference, is first and foremost we need to create a curriculum, year-wise curriculum, so that when they join at a particular age and when they graduate, this is how systematically it progresses. So what we are looking for is that if you are interested, if you are an educationalist, if you are interested in children's education, and if you have a keen interest in imparting cultural values, cultural education to our children, arts to our children, then please you must talk to us. If you are already doing that in a small scale, also we should have a conversation to see how how we can convert and partner together and see that you achieve scale. Then, if you have the ability to take a book, say on say Panchatantra, and then convert that into a course, an online course. If you have that kind of an ability of converting books into courses, then again we should have a conversation. So what we are looking for is that we're looking for partners, we're looking for tutors, we're looking for teachers, we're looking for people who have the domain across. You have to think. I mean, these are the broader areas, but really you have to think and say whether this can be converted into a course, a video or webinar or an experience. The different ways in which we can deliver this into the system. So and then also invite entrepreneurs. We also invite investors, people who have technology people, because we have to think about how do we achieve scale, how do we create across the world. We have so many countries where we have a population. How do we take one example, have a pilot project in 10 cities, and then we try to do a cookie cutter expansion and train the teachers in each cities, have camps to train the teachers, and then impart this. So basically we have to think a lot about the curriculum ideas. We have to think about courses. How do we create everything into a course? Every scriptural thought, moral values from itihasas, it has to it has to be a course. So this is the challenge before us. We have to make this intervention outside the classroom and outside the curriculum. There's no two ways about it. And if we don't do that, we would lose one generation, and it would be difficult, because we ourselves are disconnected from the joint family system. Ours is the last family generation from the joint family system. So then you have the nuclear families, and nuclear families disconnection between the grandparents to the grandchildren, because that's how the culture teachings were done. Now that is also being disconnected. So we need to put our heads together. We need to think about this issue in a deeper way. And if you have interest in this, we are this is just the beginning. We're going to have a series of conversations with various people, and this is going to be a transparent, open model, and we would not we would just want to get a scale into place. So therefore we invite or people who are interested in trying to do this, but who think of curriculum, courses, how to convert it into online courses, how to deliver all that. Somebody has to be thinking about it, and then we have to think about the scale aspects, and how do we go into different cities, and then the third element is the technology in terms of the AR, VR, and how do we make, because our the stories that we have, the AR, VR experiences, the gaming, all those kind of things also can be thought of. So I am looking forward to this exciting journey. We have a fantastic team at iGen Plus, and Soumya is doing a great job. She's built a good team, and I am looking for suggestions from people to how to bring about scale to this, and how we can all work together, partner, and make this happen. So do reach out to us at namaste@igenplus.com, and we'll be in touch. And over a period of next 3 months, we would be conducting more workshops to get this idea going. Thank you very much. Namaste.